everyone, welcome back to my tiny sewing room. It's Halloween! Happy Halloween, if you celebrate it anyway. I love Halloween. I've always loved dressing up and I love getting candy. I think it's so fun. Obviously I love dressing up and making costumes. So this year I wanted to make a Monster High Cupid costume. Familiar with the Monster High series, I hope. So for this year I really wanted to make a Monster High Cupid costume. I've had recently a bunch of people on Instagram and TikTok mention that I look a lot like the Cupid character from Monster High and After High. And I didn't realize it before, but I really love the Monster High characters. Cupid is one of my favorites. I really love Rochelle Goyle as well. She's probably my favorite Monster High character. And I really love Monster High. As soon as it came out, I fell in love with it. I watched all of the web series. I have a bunch of dolls back in Kansas with my parents at their house. I customized a bunch of Monster High dolls. I dressed up as Draculaura for Halloween a couple years ago, but it wasn't like a serious costume. It was just something that I pulled together really quick. So I decided to do a Cupid costume, but I really wanted to do my own spin on it. I didn't want to copy the original design because the original Monster High design is really hard to replicate, but also I also don't like cosplay very much. I really prefer to make my own original designs and make my own original characters and things. So I decided to make the design my own. So here's my sketch. And I was really going for mostly the Monster High inspiration, but I added in a little bit of the After High design as well, mostly like in the overskirt and everything. I really wanted to keep the black tulle overlay kind of a thing that is going on in the Monster High design. And the Monster High design has some black lace design on the white skirt. So I decided to just do a pink lace overlay instead to give this lace effect. And the character has a lot of like a draping design, so I decided to do like a gathering in the bodice to kind of make it look like Grecian, Roman kind of a look. And I want to do a little heart headband, which I think I'm going to do by just gathering some fabric onto some wire. It should be pretty simple. But yeah, I'm super excited about this project. I really love Monster High. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, I have all of the pieces cut out. There's a lot of layers to this, so there's lots of pieces. It took me a while to cut everything out. But first what I'm going to do is start with the bodice pieces. Okay, I sewed all of the pieces together on the sides to hold all of the layers together, and on the back piece I just went ahead and sewed the tulle layer on top because that one's going to be shirred. And what I'm going to do next is gather the black tulle layer on top of all of these pieces. Alright, all of the pieces have the gathered tool on them, and now it's time to start assembling. Alright, I've sewn all the pieces together and I'm quite happy with how it's looking. I really like the effect with the tool. It's looking pretty much how I want it to look. So next I'm going to take the lining pieces and assemble them just like this. Okay, so I sewed these pieces together, but I forgot I don't want to sew the shirring panel closed on the side, so I'm not going to sew these pieces together. We're going to be sewing them to the top, and then I'll be folding it over, but yeah, this is it for the bodice for now. We're going to start on the skirt next, so that I can put it together and make sure that everything fits right before I go ahead and finish up the inside seams and everything.
Hello, we're on technically day 3 of this project, because first day was cutting out the fabric, and then the second day was all the other stuff that you just saw. And now I'm going to be starting on the skirt. So the skirt has 4 layers of fabric, 2 layers of the light pink base fabric. It's a little sheer. I'm using 2 layers of it, and then a lace layer, and then a partial layer of the black tulle on top. So it's a couple layers, but it's all stuff that I've done before, so this should go fairly quickly. So we're going to start on the base layer first and sew it together and then add the lace onto it. So let's get going.
Okay, so I got the lace sewed on, and I was probably just going to cut this off and finish the edge so it would be just a single layer of lace like that. But now that I've got it on and folded over like this, I kind of like the look of having the 2 layers of lace. It's hard to see on the camera because of the black color, but I think I like it like this. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now and make the other layers of the skirt, and then I can try them out and see how I like it, and then decide if I want to cut off the excess or leave it and do the double layer.
We're done today. Yes, I changed my clothes. I got this dress in the mail and I had to put it on. Anyway, so I finished up these 2 layers of the skirts. I added the gathering stitching at the top. So what I'll need to do now, or tomorrow I suppose, is add the ruffle onto the black tulle layer and then add the gathering stitch on that. I already sewed these 2 pieces together. The other one is going on the other side on the front, so it doesn't get sewn to these. So we'll finish up the skirt hopefully tomorrow and then test it out on the bodice. And if it's looking good, then I'll attach the skirt onto the bodice and add the zipper and then finish up all the little details and everything. So I think I have another day or 2 left on this project, so everything's going well. Yes. See you back here tomorrow, which will be in just a second. Alright, I'm back at it. It's actually been a couple days. I'm definitely behind schedule on sewing this project, so I'd like to get it finished up today, at least the dress, and maybe finish the accessories tomorrow. So I got a lot of sewing to get done today, so let's get going. So I got this outer tulle layer finished last night because I wanted to get a little bit of work done. I just gathered the edge, sewed it down, finished the edge with a zigzag stitch. And what I need to do now is pin and sew each of the layers onto the bodice, and I've got to do each layer individually because they're really thick and I want them to go down nicely. So yeah, we'll start with the outer layer and then go towards the inner layer. Alright, the skirt layers are all added. Now what I need to do is trim this edge and zigzag stitch it to finish it off, and then we're going to move on to the lining. Or the zipper first and then the lining. Alright, the edges on the inside are finished, and what I'm going to do next is add the zipper, and then I will do the smock, and then I will do the shirring in the back. I want to add the zipper first so I can find out how much shirring to add. And I really hate it when I put in a zipper and the outer layer is stuck in the zipper. I really hate how that looks. So I'm leaving this side out, and I'm just going to put this layer in here. Since this one's going to cover up this layer, I don't mind this layer being stuck in the zipper as much, but I really don't want this layer stuck in the zipper. I don't like how that looks.
so to do the shirring panel, I'm going to do that first and then do the rest of the lining. So I've got this pinned to right side, up at the top, and I've got the edge folded over, and I'm just going to sew along the top here. Okay, you can see I sewed it to the outside edge on the top here, and I folded it over on the sides and at the bottom and ironed it down so that when I pull it down, it'll go over the bottom and I'll just sew across. But I need to draw lines on this side where I'm going to be putting the elastic. Alright, all of the channels are sewn. Now I have to put elastic through all of them. Alright, all of the elastic is threaded through the channels, so what I'm going to do is try this out and make sure that this fits well, and then I'll just sew down the sides. Alright, I added the straps and I zigzag stitched the edge with the zipper, and I decided to go ahead and cut off the extra on the ruffle and just finish the edge, folded it over, sewed it, and now I'm going to add the lining. Alright, the lining is all finished. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So now it's time to start on the details.
Hello. So last night the storage on my camera filled up. And it was like 6:30, so I had to quit sewing and offload all the videos, and now it's the next day, and it's like Wednesday today, and Halloween's on Sunday, and I want to get this video uploaded by Saturday, hopefully, so I don't really have a lot of time, but the dress is done, so I just need to add the details onto the dress and make the accessories today. So I think I'll be able to get it all done and then take pictures and some videos tomorrow, so I hope we can do it. Let's keep going. Okay, so since the dress is done, it's time to work on the details, and I really want to do this little piece of tulle going around my shoulders like this, connecting in the front and then anchored down at the back. I think that's going to look really cute, so what I'm going to do is hand sew it onto the front first.
Okay, so I took this piece of tulle, folded it in half, and then sewed a gathering stitch at the top, And I'm just going to gather it, put it down here, and hand sew it. Okay, so I started on the belt already. I just went ahead and freehand pleated this fabric down onto a piece of cotton fabric. And this is what size the belt is going to be. It's going to be a tie back in the back. So this is just the front part. So what I'm going to do is sew down the edges to hold the pleats, and then I'll iron it and then make the long pieces for the back. Okay, I ironed down the pleats, but I'm definitely going to be hand sewing them down just to keep them nice and smooth instead of sticking out. And I sewed the back down. I just sewed it together and flipped it inside out. And I got one of the long pieces for the back done. I just sewed a rectangle of fabric together, folded over, sewed it with a piece of cotton just for some interfacing, stiffening, and the end is just a angle. And I just flipped it inside out. So now I'm going to flip this other one inside out and hand sew these down, and then I'm going to sew these onto the side after I iron them. Alright, the belt is on, the bows are done, so the dress is all finished. Now I've got to work on the accessories. So I tried these on and they're a little too flat here. I need to round it here and make it a little bit wider up at the top. So I'll modify my pattern and then cut out another.
Alright, I finished with the socks and they look really good. I'm really surprised how well they came out. They fit really nicely and no problem.
Okay, so I've got these two long tubes of fabric, just rectangles, sewn and then turned inside out. And I'm going to use one for the headband and one for this so that I can get kind of like a ruched effect, gathered ruched effect kind of look.
Pretty much done. I wanted to make some gloves, but it's already past 6:30 today, and I've been working all day with pretty much no breaks. And I worked all day yesterday, so I'm like super tired. This project, I should have started a little bit earlier, but I was working on something else. And yeah, this has taken me a long time. It's been pretty tricky, but I'm pretty happy with everything came out. And I have some other pink gloves that I can use to go with the outfit instead. So instead of making the gloves, I'm just going to use the gloves that I already have. and I think it'll still look okay. So yeah, I'm going to go take a break from sewing, play some video games, and relax. I'm going to take pictures tomorrow, so you'll see the reveal tomorrow, which will be just a couple seconds for you. Okay. All right, here it is.
And that was it. Thank you for watching this video with me. I'm pretty happy with how the dress and everything came out. If you can tell, I did end up making gloves. I just made them the day that I went and took pictures. Just really quick. They're not the best. They have some holes in the fingers, but they look pretty good from far away, and I just didn't think that the other gloves that I had was really going to match the way that I wanted these to. So the dress came out pretty much exactly how I envisioned it. I feel like it could be a little bit fancier, maybe some more trim or something, but I think it evokes the Cupid vibes that I was going for, so I think it looks pretty cute and came out pretty nicely for something that I just, did in a couple days. I hope you enjoyed going through this process with me. This was a little bit more of like an aesthetic, relaxing sewing video. And I'm so glad that you joined me, and I hope that you'll continue to watch my other videos. I'm having a good time making YouTube videos, and I want to keep working on it. I know I haven't made a lot in this past year, but it's been a year since I made my first YouTube video. I want to make more. But I'm just doing the best I can right now and making projects as I can, and I think I'm getting better, and I think that this video is a little bit better than my last ones, so I gotta keep doing it and keep trying and keep practicing, and I'll keep getting better. I'll do my best. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you can find me at DaturaDoll on either of those. It's the same username as my name here. And thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you. Bye.